We're at Zane Trace High School, where you see behind me here an actual flight simulator. We're going to explain how this all came about in just a moment here on Litter Media.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, oh, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Last summer, coming into the school year, Mrs. Thornton had reached out to me via email to renew her flight simulator software that she had currently been using on her PCs in her lab. And I wanted to reach out to one of our board members, Mr. Vitatoe, which is big into aviation, and kind of get some information from him. And as we were speaking, he had said, what if we do something that's like legit for real, you know, where they could really sit down and it would be like they're really flying a plane. So with his guidance and his expertise, we were able to come up with what you see behind us here within just a matter of a few months. Nothing's fun about flying a plane with a mouse and a keyboard, right? So being able to sit like with true pedals and controls that you would see in a plane makes them pretty excited and wanting to come back for more. The original platform here is, it all started with a drawing from Mr. Vitatoe as well. We were able to procure we used cabinet grade plywood for this, and we were able to have our commercial carpentry class that's led by Aaron McManus. The seniors in that class were able to construct it. Once it was finished, they were able to wheel it down to our auto collision repair. That's led by Brian Morrison, and they were able to do all of the painting of the simulator. So it was nice to be able to incorporate other people at Pickaway-Ross into the project as well.
As board members, we're always looking at how we can help the district and how we can serve the students. And about a year ago, they had a field trip where they came out to the Pickaway County Airport, which is where we have a lot of our operation for Vitatoe Aviation, and they did a tour of the different some of the different aircraft out there and some different jobs that are available in the aviation industry. And that was about the time that they said, well, we do some simulator training and we do some drone certification. And then over the summer, they said, well, we're looking at maybe advancing that simulator a little bit. And the advances in software and hardware involved in the simulators, you can actually create a very worthwhile experience for not too much outlay of capital. And so what we were able to do is kind of come in and help with some software recommendations, with some controls that we could donate and some screens, and give them something that's more of a realistic environment to where when they would actually sit down in a Cessna 172, they would feel comfortable. They would know what's going on if they want to pursue flight beyond the classroom. The software is pretty complete. It's from a company called Glime, and it uses X-Plane as the simulator platform. And it actually steps you through all the lessons that you would take in your private pilot's exam, all the way to your solo cross countries and your final cross countries before your license. And so if a student wants to go all the way through all the lessons with this platform, they would be really ready to start with an instructor in a real aircraft and have a lot of that knowledge already built in.
The aviation industry is in dire need of pilots, drone pilots as well, people in the industry. So I'm hoping to broaden some horizons for our students around here and maybe, show them something that maybe they didn't think about. Next year, I've got a whole new curriculum that I'm using. So I'm hoping to be able to tailor it. I'm going to sit down with each of the students and find out what they want out of this course. Like, some of them might want to stay drone, some of them might be more interested in pilot, mechanics, things like that, and see how I can tailor it to fit them more. So the ones that want to do pilot, I'll let them focus more on this, and then as long as they're 16, so I have it down to just juniors and seniors, because they have to be 16 to get a pilot's license, that they can take the pilot knowledge test, and then they can go through to get their student license and do the rest outside of school if they want to.